All right, so listen, don't look back there for like 5 seconds. There's a lot going on, bro. I recently got my arcade thing fixed. All right, I got some new hold on, new stools. Look, oh, you can't see it either. It's dark. With that being said, I'm very, very excited and preparing in a lot of ways for Black Myth Wukong. Normally, I would never do this where I would look at reviews or anything alike of the game before I actually play it. But I guess the only reason why this is a bit different is because I don't know anything about this game still. Like all the trailers we've seen, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if this is a good thing. I don't know if it's bad. I don't know the story. I feel like it's impossible for me to get spoiled, and I kind of want to hear another opinion of like someone's experience and just kind of see what this game is being reviewed as. Now, one review I always watch, I know this sounds like left from what people usually do, but I always watch IGN, bro. 9 times out of 10, I have a completely different opinion on every game that they ever review, and I feel like this is my best non-spoiler way to get information on a game that I haven't played yet before I get it. So I definitely want to watch this and see what they say about it.
Hey y'all, Mitchell Saltzman here.
Hey,
I'm
Mitchell.
the reviewer of Black Myth Wukong, and just a quick note about this review. As part of the embargo agreement set for this game, I am unable to show you footage beyond Chapter 2, which presents a bit of a problem because a lot of the technical issues that I have with this game that I specifically call out in this review occurred after Chapter 2, so I'm unable to actually show them. So we're going to do 2 different video reviews this time. This first one will abide by the restrictions and only show footage from the first 2 chapters, but we will also be posting a more complete review with the relevant footage added in on launch day.
All right, let me stop you right there, Mitchell. Are you giving a review here? Okay, there's a score, an 8. 8's crazy. I spoil myself too, bro. Sometimes when I hear just too much yapping from IGN, I don't give them the time of day, bro. This is where I'll kind of skip and get over it. Oh, I think I'm done. Let me see, bro. I feel like you could have just easily got your review out with just showing the footage that's just shown here, bro. Just say what you can't do and just do it. So we just milking Wukong. I think an 8 is kind of, 8's not bad, bro. But when IGN rates anything, it pisses me off. Like now I feel like an 8 is not high enough. I think I'm just like the average IGN viewer, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like if they rate something a 7, I don't care if I don't like it or if I think it's a 7 too. I think that's too low. If they rank it a 10 and it's my favorite game, they did it right. they get good job. That's the first time you hit. But it needs to be a 9 or a 10 if it's a game I like. Anything below that is too low, bro. And it's only with them. I don't know what it is, but I know some of y'all have to agree with me. I'm not alone on that, surely. Only with IGN though.
I've never been so utterly blown away, yet simultaneously so unbelievably frustrated by a game as I have been with Black Myth Wukong.
Blown away and frustrated?
This is undoubtedly one of the most ambitious and impressive action games I've played. It's stunningly gorgeous, its combat is fantastic.
Love that. Oh,
it's
that looked
incredibly
good.
challenging, but always satisfying to overcome, and the setting is refreshingly unique and steeped in rich Chinese culture.
Sure. Wait, so is
Despite all of that, it often feels like it's barely holding it all together. I suffered numerous crashes, despite having a top-of-the-line setup with a GeForce RTX 4090.
He's playing on PC. All right, y'all, let me tell you right now, bro. All right? You simply do not play this game on PC. Now, let me tell you, all right? I don't know what it is, but I ran the benchmark on mine, and I have a 4090. Bro, I have the best processor. I got Giga RAM. I got like 200 some RAM. Bro, my PC was coughing trying to run this at max. I feel like this is a console bot for me. No issues. So I think a lot of these complaints are already out the door. That's just me. I mean, if y'all want to try to fight it and do it yourself,
died in the final phase of a boss fight, or the way characters would randomly switch from English to Chinese, or the way the dialogue audio would just drop out altogether and leave me completely in the dark during an important cutscene. It's a rickety roller coaster for sure, and there were definitely spots during the ride where I was not having a great time. But taken as a whole, this is one adventure where the bumps are worth it.
I don't know, bro. He's saying a lot of bad. Like he's saying the bad in such a heavy-handed way, but I saw 8. Like what?
Black Myth Wukong's story is somewhat of a follow-up to the classic novel Journey to the West by Wu Chenggen, a book that I only personally know thanks to very loose adaptations like Dragon Ball and Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
Oh, that was
I didn't know that. Familiarity didn't help much though, as the interpretation
you know what's impressive?
Game Science have
like my statement there to that game made it sound like I played or heard of it, but I didn't. I don't know why I just did that. Like, I don't know what that enslaved what.
Laden with references to characters and events from the novel without doing a great job of bringing you up to speed on who Sun Wukong is or what he encountered on his titular journey.
He's him.
I had to look online to understand who Zhu Bajie was, what his history with Wukong is, and what the significance of certain encounters were, because otherwise I'd have been completely lost at times.
Hey, my chat's gonna have me for that part, so I'm not clueless like you, bro.
Who wakes up one morning and decides to
yo, shut up! Hey, review the damn game. I didn't say tell the story. What's wrong? What's wrong with Blood? What the heck?
Culminates with a stunningly gorgeous anime.
Bro's just mad he can't spoil the ending.
Short story about that chapter's main antagonist. Each one is done in a completely different art style, with one drawn to look like a storybook, another using stop-motion animation, and another done in the style of an anime. Every single one of them is beautiful and poignant, and I couldn't help but wish that the main story...
Poignant? Is that a word, chat? Poignant?
And another done in the style of an anime. Every single one of them is beautiful and poignant, and I couldn't help but wish that the main story managed to move me in similar ways.
If you made that up, let me know down below, bro. Yo, it's Rhyme.
My initial read on Wukong was that it was a Souls-like, given the checkpoint system, the stamina bar that governs your actions in combat, and the dodge-heavy fighting style.
Yo, why they hitting up mans? Why he's hitting mans, bro?
With traditional action games, like
what you might expect from
Bayonetta developer Platinum Games, than it does with anything that From Software has made. Most of the usual Souls-like conventions are missing. There's no penalty for death outside of respawning at the nearest checkpoint. You don't use a shared currency to level up your stats and purchase items or upgrades. And while there is gear and stats to consider, you largely just go and swap out the old equipment with the new, as opposed to making choices as to what kind of weapon or piece of armor you want to hold on to.
Okay, this doesn't sound bad.
Even though I am a big fan of Souls-likes, ditching those mechanics feels like the right move for the game that Wukong is trying to be.
We already established this is not on the Souls.
Focused on keeping you in the action rather than pouring over menus or retracing your steps to regain your lost currency after dying, and Wukong is a better, more distinctive game for it. To be clear though, when I say it's more forgiving, I don't mean that it's any less difficult than a From style game. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that between this and Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, I had more difficulty getting through Wukong's toughest challenges.
Bro, Mitchell, what's your name again? You're lying. You're lying. You haven't played DLC of Elden Ring. And if you had played Elden Ring and the DLC, you had a mage build, because there's just no way what you just said. Like I seen this game very thoroughly. Wukong is stacked. You have the world at your arsenal. That statement was so facetious. I think he's paid out, bro. That's a crazy statement. I disagree with that. I disagree with that so hard it's not even funny, bro. If there's a boss in Wukong, hold on, Mitchell, let me make you a deal. Hear me out. If there's a boss in Wukong that I have to make more videos than I did for the final boss in the Elden Ring DLC, I will give you money, bro. I'll give you $500. I'll give you $100 per video I need to make, but that will never happen. Damn, why is it lagging?
And overcoming some of the tougher boss fights was always a satisfying combination of learning their attack patterns, figuring out where I could maximize my punishment windows,
and Mitchell, you just bad, bro.
In ways that made the best
I'm watching
use of
you play.
Powers.
You just mashing, Mitchell. You're just mashing, Mitchell. That's your problem. But you telling me you made it through Elden Ring like that?
Combat in Black Myth Wukong is simple and elegant, thanks in part to some tools that are
a little frog transformation. Okay.
Success hinges on a delicate balance of Twitch reflex style gameplay mixed with careful resource management that largely revolves around a focus meter, which builds up when you land hits and perfectly dodge enemy attacks.
The HUD looks really good. I like the HUD a lot.
Point whenever that meter fills up, which you can then spend in the middle of a light attack combo for a varied combo, or you can just use a heavy attack on its own for a powerful strike that can be charged even further if 2, 3, or even 4 focus points are consumed all at once.
Damn.
You also have access to a small handful of spells, governed by a mana meter, that are versatile enough to be useful
Mitchell,
in a
look,
wider
let's talk about something else.
Which lets you make multiple clones of yourself to all gang up on an enemy at once.
The clone thing I'm really excited for, but that camera angle, like for real? Now the clone thing's gonna be gas,
Separate
bro.
from that, you've also got transformations, which allow you to morph into powerful creatures that you've already bested in battle. What's really cool about these is that they don't cost any mana, they're tied to a very lengthy cooldown instead, and they turn you into a totally different character.
And that's awesome.
An all new moveset, special moves that
stuff like this is why I genuinely think you're just not getting stuck in this game. If you get stuck That's a skill issue for real, bro.
For example, one of the first bosses that you fight is a wolf with a fiery dual blade that has a lightning fast dash attack. When you defeat him, you'll gain his transformation and be able to do that very same dash attack to your enemies, and once you build up its focus meter, you'll even be able to do a hugely powerful leaping strike that can ignite foes and deal damage over time to them. And then finally, there are spirit skills, which are earned by defeating certain versions of enemies and absorbing their essence.
All right, Mitchell, get to the freaking point, bro. I don't know what it is, but you're like, it's just.
I hope that those
now that I know the review,
because while I still
how do we get to an 8?
Think that the things that Black Myth Wukong does so right are worth dealing with those problems, I would love to be able to recommend it without those caveats.
Okay, hold on. Let's touch on that statement there. Let's touch on that statement there.
Come swiftly,
that sounded
because while
crazy.
I still wholeheartedly think that the things that Black Myth Wukong does so right are worth dealing with those problems, I would love to be able to recommend it without those caveats.
So is bro giving a rating based off of what he wants, not what is? Cause like now I'm really confused because he was making these issues he was having so heavy. But then this is your closing statement into the review, until like you give your answer. Nah, let me hear this. Like
as game science,
don't get it wrong. An 8's good. An 8's good, but he's like it's like he can't make it below an 8. That's how he's talking.
Black Myth Wukong is mostly a great success, despite some major technical black marks and localization issues that are likely to cause some frustrations at launch.
What you mean by black marks? My fault.
Combat is fantastic, thanks to a great balance of careful resource management and lightning-fast twitch reaction gameplay that tested my skills as much as Elden Ring ever has, despite it being a...
Why is he lying? That cannot be true. Bro, that cannot be true. I'm gonna find out for myself, but just, bro, like, let me know if I'm crazy, chat. If you've watched all the trailers that you have with me, have we seen anything that seems remotely like that? Bro, okay, I'm seeing what's happening here, bro.
A more traditional action game.
I'm seeing what's happening here, bro.
Not only that, but there are a ton of exciting boss battles, a great variety of enemies, and the world they inhabit is an absolute treat for the eyes and ears. Its story has its moments, but relies a bit too much on having prior knowledge of the events of Journey to the West, and it really could have used a map to make its rewarding exploration measure up to the strength of the combat.
Okay.
All said, its strengths more than carry it through, making Black Myth Wukong a great action game
that's a better way to phrase that.
If game science can squash the bugs.
Okay. His ending, how he said it in the ending is kind of how he should have. Like, he said it so heavy-handed in these parts. But that was the best way to say what he was leading to, trying to say. But okay, I'll give you that. You stuck the landing. He stuck the landing. But IGN way too low. It should be a 10. Like, no, it should be a 10. No, I'm kidding. And that seemed like a solid review to me. I skipped a lot of this, but I'm gonna watch it on my own. Bro, I don't know. It's just my IGN review bias, bro. It's just what it is. You know what would make me feel a bit, because what I usually like doing is watching a singular person review a game, because when I understand the games that they like and dislike, I know what I'm getting into, and I can kind of gauge how a game is based off of that. The problem with IGN and a few of these other bigger companies when they review, it's like multiple different people. And if I really care about a game and what their opinion is, I then research what they played on their Twitter or just things that they reviewed in the past, just so I get an understanding. But I also got a before you buy a Black Myth. I kind of want to see this a little bit just to kind of see what they say.
Hey, and we're back with another episode of...
Like, forever in my YouTube career, I'm going to be salty of this template for titles, bro. Like, it's so simple. Like, I wish I came up with it first, because I wanted to use this so many times, but I hate the idea of copying other people, bro. But damn. And the thumbnails they use for these, like, bravo.
Before you buy that show, we give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing.
Talk to me, bro.
As usual, it's me, Jake Baldino, and today we're talking about Black Myth Wukong.
Yo, Jake is playing for it. He's not mashing.
Combat adventure. From,
hold on, Jake. What else you got?
This is a mobile developer jumping into their.
Yo, he's fighting the tiger from Panda Express. No, oh my, from Kung Fu. I'm done. Bro, what? From Kung Fu Panda. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, is that racist?
big console PC game. Now, this game has been slowly hyped up for years, from its graphics to its character and story.
I agree.
And even cautiously keeping an eye on it. Now, keep in mind with this video, this is my first impressions.
He's going kind of nuts. I kind of like watching this, bro. All right. Oh, he skipped. Woo! I'm about to say, bro, I'm getting to a point where I think I'm watching too much.
It's flawed for sure, but I think if you had your eye on this and you were hopeful, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's ambitious, and even where it stumbles, I think this is a great debut for this studio. And just so you know, I've been playing a review copy on PC. That's where all this footage is, and all of this gameplay footage you see here is spoiler free. So,
I love this guy, bro. Let's keep watching.
That Black Myth Wukong is inspired by the 16th century classical Chinese novel Journey to the West. Now, this to me is one of the game's defining bits. It's why I was interested. You play as a badass monkey with a staff, and you go on a really varied adventure fighting zombies and creatures, rat kings, evil ancient monks, dragons, you name it. This is a fairly linearly structured game with some diversions. It's not really a Souls-like many people expected.
Yeah, chat was telling me,
you rest and level up at like bonfire
understand.
checkpoints, but that's really where the comparisons end. This is an action combat adventure with light RPG elements. You have some stats to worry about, but you're not upgrading like a multitude of
this
stats.
Looks like very easy. I like it. Like I like the vibe. No, it's cool.
It's all just focused on, you know, the basic
like watching this is making me mad at what dude was saying about Elden Ring, bro. Like you didn't have to throw shade in that direction.
And character progression through a skill tree and some other tricks along the way. Now, your character as a baseline has a heavy and light attack as well as a dodge. A lot of it is based around focus points, so you need to dodge and strike and do well to build this up, or hold a button to waste some stamina and charge it up.
Oh, he got
when you have these points, you can launch a more powerful heavy attack that can often stagger enemies.
Yo, this game got so much drip on it, bro. Look at, oh my gosh.
Otherwise, your main defense
I'm glad nobody's
really
saying how long the game
like
is.
Crazy.
But I'm pretty sure it's safe to say the 20-hour guess, what 15 20 hours is like a good guess, bro. If this game is running as intensive as it's saying on the PC, I just can't see something like this pushing, like, I don't know, 40 30. Like that's kind of a lot for something that's intensive. And I don't know, like
are rewarded.
It seems like you can run through this fairly quickly
and a little bonus. So get that focus stored up and hit triangle at the right moment, and bam, a Monster Hunter greatsword level slam dunk that just feels so satisfying to properly pull off. There are also multiple stances that are swappable on the fly with the D-pad. These stances are really just variations on the monkey's staff. Oh, did I forget to mention that it's like a staff that can transform? Because that's part of the ancient lore, man. Get with it.
Yeah.
These don't change your entire fighting style, but they do matter the most with that charged heavy attack for situations.
Yo, he's getting yapped here, actually. Hold on, maybe that did look a little difficult.
Which is just so satisfying. I tend to stick with that as the main, but then there's the elevated staff.
Oh, that looks so satisfying, bro.
Like a tall pole.
Oh, man, that looks so satisfying.
Let
me skip ahead a little bit.
It's just so good to screw over an enemy at the last second.
All right. I'm seeing the elements I don't care to see, I think.
I was really just here for the ride and to be exposed to Chinese myth. You get mysterious tales, beautiful vignettes, thoughtful quotes, really well designed and cool looking characters and cinematic action framing. But I didn't really get a good feel for a sense of story. You just kind of go along.
Okay, so
things happen.
That's for sure what I gathered as well too.
And characters say things and quote random things, and it really does not do a good job of ushering people into these ancient tales. I was still
so this sounds like I think I would treat this how I would play like Elden Ring or Dark Souls, where it's like you have to kind of go out your way to learn more about the Lord to get the best out of it. And I think I don't mind that. I like that a lot. It gives me a lot of incentive. And I think by the end of this, I can see myself being very knowledgeable on what my man's journey through. I kind of want to just get to the ending. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of seen enough. Like I'm watching stuff. I'm not trying to like, you know, get the full tea, just a good amount. And then when I play a bit more, I'm gonna come back and finish it. I feel like this helps me definitely gather. Okay, I don't want to see this full boss fight. I think he just says he's gonna do this
for sure. Me personally, playing this game, I'm having a blast. Wukong is a challenging, thrilling adventure with unique lore, setting, and vibe, and I definitely recommend it at some point. But that's it before you buy. You know how this goes by now. I give you some pros, some cons, and some personal opinion. And now I want to hear yours down in the comments.
Hey, bro, I'll comment when I play. But what I will say is, I think the gist of what I think about this game, Like that's staying whole. I don't know. The first review that we kind of went over, he sounded like he wanted to really hate on it. So I'm gonna keep my eyes out for. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna agree because I'm just not gonna play on the PC and give myself those issues. But I'm pretty sure it is really nice on there too. So I'm not trying to say this to deter you. If you already got it on PC, hey, take it as you will, bro. I just know I had so many issues getting PC games on day one release. That's the luxury. That's day 2, day 3, day 4, PS5, day 1, all the time, bro. That's just, it keeps me safe. Let me know what you guys think just off of the little bits that we skipped through and summed. If you want to watch the full reviews, link in the description down below. Be brave. I'm not doing that right now. So I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. We're gonna be finally out of filler, and I'm gonna see what this journey is talking about.